Hello, Shivani.
Hello.
Hi, Shanti. I'm allowing you to record, Shanti.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Today, we are doing the final part of nakshatras from not Mula, actually from Uttara Purva Phalguni. I just realized this has got. I'll change it totally, but I'll just change the cover just now. Purva Ashada. Purva Ashada to Mula. One sec, let me just. Sorry, Purva Ashada to rEvati. I'm just going to fix this, then it's done. So today we are on lesson 24, and we are going to do the last part of nakshatras, and it is Purva Ashada to rEvati. And this is me in front of the Saturn temple, and we are continuing till 6th of November. And let's start with the chanting. Om Shri Vigneshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Vigneshwaraya Namaha. Om Shri Vigneshwaraya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahman Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Brahma Murari Sripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Budhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shanirahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavo. Om Tathi Shankatu Sharabham Shirodaranava Sambhavam Namami Shashinam Somam Shambho Mukata Bhushanam. So today we are going to start a new set of mantras, and these are called Purana mantras. And Purana literally means ancient or old. It is a vast genre of Indian literature about wide range of topics, particularly legends and other traditional lore. Puranas are known for intricate layers of symbolism depicted within their stories. So this is from Wikipedia. The Purana mantra, Bhagavad Purana has been among the most celebrated Puranas. There are 18 Puranas, and Puranas include cosmic stories and mantras. And we will be studying the planetary mantras from the Puranas. And these Purana mantras are also known as Vedvyasa mantra because sage Vedvyasa has written the Purana mantras. Sorry, this is just has written the Purana mantras of the 9 planets. So they are also known as Vedvyasa mantras. So over the next 9 weeks, we will be doing the Vedvyasa Purana mantras. And here are, today we are talking about Surya Purana Vedvyasa mantra. Om Japa Kusum Sankasham Kashyapeyam Mahadvitim Tamorim Sarva Papagnam Pranato Asmi Devakaram. So these mantras are just describing various attributes given to Surya, the sun. Om Japa Kusum Sankasham Kashyapeyam Mahadvitim Tamorim Sarva Papagnam Pranato Asmi Devakaram. So today we are doing Nakshatras Purva Ashada to rEvati. So I just wanted to remind you about this Vedic Knowledge Conference. This is August 31st to September 4th. And I did not know that it is also online. So it is in person or online. If you want to attend it, there will be Jyotish and yoga. It's shivanandayogafarm.org. You can look it up and see. And hopefully some of you can attend online. So now we are talking about Purva Ashada, and here this is goddess Ganga, Ganges, and she is you can see she's got an alligator. I don't know whether that's very clear, but that is in the picture. And so Purva means first, Ashada means not subdued. It indicates what cannot be suppressed. The true nature of man comes out regardless of what opposition they have to face. It links the following nakshatra, Uttara Ashada, together. They represent a common principle of unfolding of new talents. There are 3 set of twin nakshatras. We already did one, Purva and Uttara Phalguni. This is the next set, Purva Ashada and Uttara Ashada. So Purva Ashada is 13 degrees 20 to 36:40 in Sagittarius, ruled by Venus. Sign ruler is Jupiter. Deity is Apas. Symbol is elephant's tusk. Animal is monkey. And first Dasha Venus if moon is here. Purvashada padas are Leo, Virgo, Libra, Sagittarius. Libra is Pushkar. And Devata is Apas. This photograph is of the river Ganges. And it's a bit north of Rishikesh, where Ganges is very pure and beautiful. And Apas can be related to the sacred rivers, especially river Ganges. Apas, the god of water, indicates the transforming nature of this nakshatra. Apas deals with water in a container, emotions that are restrained or suppressed and unable to be free. But you see, these restrained emotions, they will come to the surface regardless of what can happen. Water in the container can be easily polluted. Therefore, planets placed here need to be kept cleansed and pure, kept free from negative influence. You know, if you look at this glass of water, it's very pure, but if you put something in it, orange juice, alcohol, it will take the color of that. So you have to keep the Purva Ashada, especially if to keep a pure life. The symbol is the elephant's tusk. And here you can see the elephant's tusk. The elephant's tusk is the most important part of the elephant. It is valued for its beauty. Others kill the elephant to try to own it. Others also value the knowledge that Purva Ashada uncovers, but it can lead demonic forces trying to take away the new power. The tusk, if it cut off, grows again, shows wisdom once gained cannot be taken away. So the thing is this, that the people with Purva Shada, sometimes they can face jealousy from other people. They want what you have. Also, that kind of trying to spoil you or spoil your energy. So one has to be careful about Purva Ashada. Yoni is the monkey. Monkey is also connected to Hanuman. And monkey can be very fun-loving, you know, very human-like. And ruler is Shukra, and the Rashi ruler Sagittarius is Jupiter. So what you see is that Jupiter, Venus, the two gurus, influence this nakshatra, making this position both wise in worldly and spiritual sense. You see, Jupiter is Sattvic guru and Venus is Rajasic guru. So sometimes it's not a negative thing, but there's people studying two subjects or having two different gurus or two different ideas. You see this in Purva Ashada. This is and Purva Ashada is also linked to the goddess. So sometimes you see that because goddess Ganga is also there, that people are very goddess-like, whether male or female, they have that importance or gravitas. And here I have the chart of a Bollywood actress, Aishwarya Rai, and you can see her moon is in Purva Ashada. You know, she definitely very well known, respected, and she also very spiritual. But on the other side, you know, she's living in a Rajasic world. Sometimes Purva Shada is too much of, because Jupiter and Venus, both benefics, are the devatas here. So as far as the class is concerned, let us just look at this. So Monday is Purva Ashada moon and Pada 2. And here we can see moon is, here's moon in Sagittarius. So there's that whole spiritual warrior thing. There's also the search for knowledge and that desire for change your life or to improve your life. That is very important in Purva Ashada. But you have to be careful that people are not being jealous or they're trying to take away what your personality is or who you are. So, so the next one is Uttarashada. And Uttarashada shows two deities, but actually Uttarashada has many deities, and I'll just talk about that. Uttarashada, Uttara means north, higher, and Ashada means what cannot be suppressed, the higher vibration of Ashada Nakshatra. So Uttarashada is a very special nakshatra, 26 degrees 40 Sagittarius to 10 Capricorn, ruled by the sun. Sign ruler is Jupiter, Saturn. Deity is Vishwadeva. Symbol is the heart bed. Animal mongoose, and first dasha, sun if moon is here. Uttarashada Pada, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Sagittarius, Capricorn is Vargotama, and Sagittarius, Pisces is Pushkara. So what you see is that in Uttarashada, except for the Aquarius Pada, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, either Vargotama or it is Pushkara. So it's very special, this nakshatra. And here we see Vishwadeva is pictured with Kamdhenu, and there's the Kamdhenu cow, and this is her baby cow. She'll feature a little bit later. And she's also associated with Kubera, the god of wealth. You see, Vishwadeva encompasses all the Vedic gods. In India, there are 33 crore devatas, 330 million, and all bless this nakshatra. Vishwadeva deliver their worshippers across the choppy waters of human life to a more spiritual one. Uttarashada is the start of personal sacrifice in the quest of spirituality. You see, in Mula, you start thinking, I want to make a change. In Purva Ashada, you are seeking those, and your inner feelings, whatever they are, they come out. And then here you realize that if you want to go further on a spiritual quest, you do need to make some sacrifices. You need to do some tapas, some practices. So that is where Uttarashada is very important. And the symbol is the hard bed. And the planks of the bed is the symbol of Uttarashada. Do not just indicate a place for sleeping and resting. Planks of the bed are an austere bed, not one of comfort. Sleep as necessary requirement to open our mind to higher connection. So you see, Purva Phalguni, Uttara Phalguni, they had luxury bed. Here we see a hard bed. This photograph is of Ganesh Baba. He lives by the Ganges, and he's just living, he sleeps on the floor, just hard bed, because that is his tapasya, that he wants to develop himself. So he has given his life to be a sadhu, and he lives at the grace of people. So rest is used in yoga to relax the muscles so that the next asana can be taken further. In the same way, Uttarashada creates conditions so that the mind can relax, open itself to further wisdom, and look beyond perception. You see, you got to calm your mind down. You have to relax and move into the next dimension. Yoni is the mongoose, and mongoose is Kubera, the god of wealth. His animal is the mongoose. Here I had also shown you the Kamdhenu cow, and she's the wish-fulfilling cow. And here you see Kubera is sitting above her with all the other deities, goddesses here so much. So there's something really very interesting about Uttara Ashada, is that they're very austere, but they can be extremely rich as well. And they're they can be spiritual but also wealthy, sort of an unusual combination. Also, mongoose has no partner. It is single. In the nakshatra yonis, mongoose has no partner. So there is some aloneness there that is there. So the mongoose is the animal connected to god of wealth Kubera, who is described as a dwarf and holds a mongoose in his hands. Kubera's early descriptions are negative and ugly. I think his image represented the ugliness of negative karma that we all carry within us. See, all of us have some difficult karma. So that is the aspect here that we are looking at. Kubera holding the mongoose suggests a victory over the nagas or the snakes. Snakes were guardians of treasures, but also represent karma and mortality. Uttarashada wants to kill the sarpa poisons within, allow the higher self to develop. Metaphorically, killing the snake is killing of old karma, breaking away from mortality to become immortal. I think what you have to be careful is that you don't want to get rid of all the karma in one go, but there is this whole understanding that, we are wanting to let go of the negative karma. And that is why Uttara Ashada is connected to austerity. Jupiter's debilitated in Uttarashada Capricorn. 5 degrees of Capricorn, Jupiter is debilitated. And the ruler is Surya. It's a very, special nakshatra. Surya shines the light on all these issues. It's 1 pada in Dhanush, Sagittarius, and 3 padas in Capricorn. So here we have the actor Brad Pitt. He's Uttara Ashada, and you can see his moon is in Uttara Ashada. And when we look at his chart here, you can see moon is in Uttara Ashada, and Venus is also in Uttara Ashada. So he has 2 planets in Uttara Ashada. Moon is Vargotama, Venus is also Vargotama. And he has moon also, you see the star is there, Pushkara. Now, very interesting factor about Brad Pitt is that he's also very rich. He's an artist, he's creative, but he's also quite austere and kind of single personality, but he's also very wealthy. So in our class, we have Jaja. And now what you see, Jaja, yourself, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, all the planets are in Uttara Ashada Nakshatra. And Moon is Vargotama, Jupiter's Vargotama. Jupiter's debilitated as well, but Vargotama, Sun is in Pisces. Look at this, Sun is Pushkara, Moon is Vargotama and Pushkara. Jupiter's just Vargotama. So you see, you have a very strong Uttara Ashada personality. And this also gives you like the guardian of wealth. Your sun is 6 degrees 42. So that also falls in Abhijit. I'll just talk about that a little bit later. So yang here, we can see here, sun, moon, both in Uttarashada. Mercury is also in Uttarashada. So that means that that is a very strong part of your personality. Sun, moon, Mercury, all. Mercury is Vargotama. Sun and moon are not Vargotama. Because they are in Aquarius. You can see here Aquarius Pada, but Mercury is Vargotama. But the Uttara Ashada, the austerity, the, loner personality, also very good at wealth. Wealth doesn't only have to be money, but Kubera is the lord of money wealth. So there is possibility that you can achieve wealth. Then we come to Abhijit Nakshatra. Abhijit Nakshatra is, Abhijit means victorious, conquering. It is also another name for Vishnu. Abhijit is connected to the great gods of Vedas, therefore shows a lot of power, spiritual strength. Vishnu preserves, Brahma creates. Here the individual can write their own destiny and preserve all the dharma they have created. Remember in the story of Abhijit I told you earlier, that it is no longer in the nakshatra system. It has been taken away. Because of that, Abhijit is side by side to Shravana and Uttarashada. So 640 to 11 degrees 1320 Sagittarius, Lord Sun, Pada Pisces, part of Aries, overlying the nakshatra of Uttara Ashada and Shravana. Devata is Vidhata or Brahma, and star is Vega. All planets gain spiritual influence if we move towards spirituality. Abhijit does not work on worldly level. It's usually passive, non-effectual for material purposes. Even a debilitated Jupiter in Capricorn, if it is in Abhijit Nakshatra, it gives great authority, especially in government. The Devata is Vidhata. It can give creativity, ideas, and Vidhata is God. Any of the three main gods can be considered: Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. In our class, I'm not sure. Let me just look at the degree, because it's 640 degree and Jaja. Yeah, you see, Jaja's, your sun is 6 degrees 42 minutes. So it is just at the start of Abhijit Nakshatra. But that sun will give you support on a spiritual level. You can't say that my sun in Uttarashada will give wealth and austerity, but in Abhijit means that they can give some extra spiritual strength for you. Then we come to Shravana, and Shravana is Devata is Vishnu. This photograph is of Lord Vishnu. Shravana means listening, especially to scriptures. In ancient times, the scriptures were retold orally from teacher to student. So to Shravana was an important part of spiritual seekers' discipline. So Shravana means to study. But now reading scriptures is also part of Shravana. So like you are listening to me talk, then that is like the teacher telling the student. But in the olden days, the student just sat and listened. They didn't take notes down or didn't do anything. It was all oral tradition. And it was told again and again so that it remained in our, just in our body, that we knew the subject. Shravana is 10 degrees to 2320 Capricorn, ruled by the moon. Sign ruler is Saturn. Deity is Vishnu. Symbol is the air, and animal is monkey. Shravana is the nakshatra of total silence. To listen to the sounds of silence can only be done through self-discipline, yoga, the path of truth. This silence leads to perception of manifestation, our ability to see through the illusions of life. You know, it's very important every day to have some time where there's no music, sound, just listening to nature, just how life is. And that actually is a great aspect of clearing your mind. That is the thing. So Shravana Pada, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Taurus is Pushkara. 8th cycle of the development of the soul begins. This is the involvement in the world of Sattva. The soul takes the next step towards finding its inner core. So little bit of Shravana also side by side is the Abhijit Nakshatra. Devata is Vishnu, and Vishnu is the personification of all the 12 sun gods. Therefore, he represents the zodiac. He's the light beyond our perception. Vishnu means he who crosses heights. He is responsible for preserving the world, supporting creation. Here he will preserve newfound spirituality, encourage you to get more involved. And you see, Shravana, if they are in that silent mode, they can go beyond what is averagely perceived. But they have to do that discipline, study, gain knowledge, and then he will, Vishnu as the deity will take you beyond what we are thinking today is the reality. The story of Shravana is connected to Sri Vamana and Trivikrama Avatara. And this is Sri Vamana. Here he is a dwarf Brahmin. He is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu as Sri Vamana incarnation, Sri Vamana in disguise of a short Brahman carrying a wooden umbrella requested 3 steps of land for him to live on from the egoistical King Mahabali. So King Mahabali saw this little Brahmin. He said, oh, 3 steps I can give. I'm the king. I can do anything. So King Mahabali gives the promise of 3 steps of land, despite the warning of his guru Shukracharya. So Shukracharya, which is Venus, he understood that this small Brahmin, there's something more to him. So he told the king, don't do this. And the king said, no, I am the king, I must give it to him. So as soon as he receives the promise, Vamana, the supreme god Vishnu, grows so huge that he could cover heaven and to earth, earth to lower worlds in 2 simple steps. So here you see, this is Vamana. Here, this photograph, this is Vamana small, very tiny. And then he becomes huge beyond the thinking. He's so big. And he steps and then he says, this is his leg. He says, where should I put my 3rd leg? So Mahabali says, you can put it on my head. And King Mahabali, unable to fulfill the promise of 3 steps, offers his head for the 3rd step. Thus, Vamana places his foot on King Mahabali's head, gives him immortality as well as a lesson about ego. You know, sometimes in Shravana, the ego can also be, I know too much. I am very knowledgeable. if you are not spiritual, you can be egoistic about your wealth and worldly riches. Uh, Vamana taught King Mahabali that arrogance and pride should be abandoned in any spiritual advancement in life is to be made, and that wealth should never be taken for granted because it can so easily be taken away. You know, I find that people become so arrogant about their wealth. And of course, we are living, sometimes know rich people as well. So this is what this whole message of Shravana is also, that, okay, you can be wealthy, but don't think that is your ego. That is not your ego. Symbol is the air. And here I just put a nice photograph of the air. But in Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a prayer to grant capacity to listen properly. Listening in the true sense of the word, when you learn to listen properly, you learn to hear beyond the spoken word. So something about Shravana, they can hear what was not said. They can hear the sound of silence, but they have some very good capacity if they learn. So this prayer, invocation from Brahmananda Vali in Taittiriya Upanishad, it's called Shanti Mantra. It's a mantra for peace. Om Bhadram Karane Bhishunayam Devaha Bhadram Pashemakshabhirayatraha Sthire Ange Tushtavan Sastanubhi Vashem Hitam Yadayu. So this first mantra that is relevant here, first stanza, Om Bhadram Karne Bhishunayam Deva. May God please give me ears that only hear the good, only hear the right knowledge. May our eyes see the good, and may our body be strong and steady so that we can work for the higher good and follow the path given to us. So the beautiful prayer. Actually, my yoga guru, he always chants this when we do yoga in the morning. This is one of the mantras that we chant. Om Bhadram Karane Bhishunayam Devaha Bhadram Pashema Akshabhirayatraha Sthire Ange Tushtavan Sastanubhi Vashem Hitam Yadayu. So here again we have the monkey as the animal, and monkey is also connected to Lord Hanuman. And Lord Hanuman is the ideal devotee. So something about Shravana, there is a lot of devotion, and Hanuman is the devotee to Rama. So there is a lot of devotion here in Shravana. And ruler is the moon. And here we have a sign is Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, and the nakshatra ruler is the moon. Moon signifies the mind which is forever vacillating. It is the controller of life on earth where nothing is certain. Here the mind has to learn the lesson of equilibrium and to be at peace with itself. So you see, the thing is this, that the mind here is in Shravana, through silence, through meditation, we learn to calm the mind down. And Pushya Nakshatra in Cancer, Pushya is in the sign of moon and nakshatra of Saturn. This is the opposite to it, sign of Saturn, nakshatra of moon. So we're very much learning how to manage our mind here. Our earthly instincts also have to be regulated, which finally leads us to the deeper understanding of the essence. So Rashi is Makara. ruled by Saturn. And here we have Britney Spears. She's a musician, singer. And you see here, her moon is in Shravana, Capricorn. And what I find is that sometimes people with Shravana can be good politicians, can be good artists, musicians, because they hear something different. And Britney is also a writer, singer, so that rhythm, music, she's very much in a worldly sense only. So we would not say that she is a spiritual personality. She's a worldly personality. But even there, you can see that the sense of listening to a sound or being able to write that is very strong here. Normally, I see mostly my students who are Shravana, they're always studying. They love studying. And self-development, that is a good thing for a Shravana person. So we have two Shravana here, Jojo, and you can see here, Jojo has 11 degrees, 9 minutes of moon, and in Shravana Pada 1. So one of the things you have to see also is that are you connected to, let me just go back because to the degrees of Abhijit. Yeah, you see 11 degrees, 13 minutes and 20 seconds. And Jojo is 11 degrees, 9 minutes. So on a spiritual level, this moon is very powerful as well. And through that silence, meditation, study, listening to spiritual texts, this is an important aspect of your growth. And Myra, we see here for you, Shravana moon again. Myra, you definitely are studying. Yours is 17 degrees, so it is not in the Abhijit Nakshatra, but definitely, spending some time meditating, listening to silence, doing spiritual study. Uh, you're definitely very serious with the study, as I noticed, but this is an important nakshatra for self-development. So any question here? Anybody wants to ask anything?
Hi, Camilla.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, so in terms of interpreting what seems to be opposing indications on a planet, so for example, in my chart, for example, I have Jupiter in both Gandanta and Vargotama in Ashvini. So that's like Gandanta, that's unstable, difficult, but Vargotama makes it strong. Or like with Jaja's chart you just showed, also Jupiter in Vargotama, but it's debilitated. And it's like, how do we look at those things?
Well, you look at both aspects. The fact that Jaja has debilitated Jupiter, that means it's a more practical Jupiter. It's in Capricorn. And generally, debilitated planets always bring some health issue. So when you're looking at health astrology, then debilitated planets are important. And for Jupiter's body part is the, what should I say, liver. So that's an area, sometimes diabetes, things like that, that can be possibility with a debilitated planet. But otherwise, it's Vargotama, so it is a practical Capricorn energy. And same with you, you have moon in, is it your moon, which is
It's Jupiter.
Jupiter in
It's an
Gandanta? So the
Uh,
quality of Jupiter means what he represents. Sometimes there's instability there. Jupiter is Karaka for wealth and children, and it's a very spiritual place. By Aries, Gandanta, it can give interest in medicine, healing, but at the same time, there is some spiritual knot there, so something that is harder to sort of talk about. So the strength is there, but that spiritual knot is there.
I guess with experience, we become better at interpreting these.
Yeah.
Different, yeah.
And you have to think about, Jupiter represents husband, it represents children, it represents wealth, elder brother. So you have to think how it has affected you, some aspect of that.
I see. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Myra, what do you see about your Shravana moon? How do you relate to it?
The more I read about it, the more, I mean, yeah, I feel like I just want to shut out and tune out what I think I'm listening to. So I just I feel cautious whenever I try to be more prayerful. I almost feel scared sometimes. But I think it was just because of how I was brought up with my grandma being so prayerful, but it was I think what's helpful is trying to keep a sadhana, trying to pray but not be so rigid about it, and I think it's helpful.
I think it's more to sit in some silence rather than praying. Shravana is more kind of developing the love of nature and silence, and let the your inner self tell you how to move ahead.
Yeah, I love being alone. I love being like in nature alone and just listening and just tuning out noise.
Thank you. So now we come to Dhanishta Nakshatra. And the Dhanishta is a complicated nakshatra. We'll talk about it in a minute. And Dhani means wealthy, Ishta means complete, Dhanishta means complete wealth. Dhanishta is wealthy in mind and spirit. In ancient texts, when sages alluded to a person being wealthy, they meant they had the wealth of good character, thoughts, and actions. It's 23 degrees 20 Capricorn to 640 Aquarius, ruled by Mars, sign ruler Saturn, deity is Vasus, symbol is flute or drum, animal lion, first dasha Mars if moon is placed here. Dhanishta padas are Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Leo is Ashtamamsha. So first pada of Dhanishta is Ashtamamsha. Devata is the Vasus, and this photograph is of goddess Ganges with the 8 Vasus. And the 8 Vasus are elemental gods representing aspects of nature, cosmic natural phenomena. These deities have strong connection with the sun and appear at different stages of manifestation to guide the soul towards its true direction. So remember, we studied Punarvasu in Gemini Cancer, and now we are having just Vasu here. There it was not the Devata, it was in the name of the nakshatra. Vasu means a dweller or dwelling. The 8 Vasus are Apas, water, Dyayu, sky, Soma, moon, Dhara, Prithvi, earth, Anila, wind, Vayu, Anala, Agna, fire, Pratyusha, pre-dawn, and Prabha is dawn. So the myth or the Puranic story of Vasu um, is very interesting. Vasus and quite sad also. Vasus were enjoying themselves in the forest where the wife of Dyayu spotted the cow Nandini and persuaded her husband Dayus to steal it. Nandini was the daughter of wish-fulfilling cow Kamdhenu. Both belonged to sage Vashishta. Dyayu stole Nandini with the help of his brothers, the other Vasus. So this is sage Vashishta. And here we have Nandini with Kamdhenu. So you can see here Kamdhenu is all the three gods, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. And this little baby, this is the baby Nandini. You see, the wish-fulfilling cow could feed as many people. It kept on giving milk and fulfilled all the desires for you. So sage Vashishta cursed them. Curses in Sanskrit is called shrap, to be born on earth as mortals. Vashishta responded to the pleading by the Vasus by promising that 7 of them would be free of earthly life within a year of being born, and that only Dayus would pay the full penalty. You see, the point is this, that in the heavenly world, there is no karma. There's no this thing. But because they did something wrong and they got punished for it, they had to come down to earth to pay off their karma. So Dayus, who was the one who actually did the stealing, the Vasus then requested river goddess Ganga to be their mother. Ganga incarnated and became the wife of King Santanu on the condition that he never questioned her actions. So shrap is a curse Sanskrit word. It is given when you transgress and do not follow the laws of nature, laws of dharma, cosmic laws. So this is what they did. And Ganga actually drowned the 7 Vasus in her own waters, freeing them for the punishment. And her husband, the king, made no opposition. Only when the 8th child was born, the king finally opposed his wife, who therefore left him. So the 8th son, Dayus, incarnated, remained alive, imprisoned in his mortal form, later became known as Bhishma. So this story is about a soul trying to get rid of his karma in one lifetime, just one lifetime to come and to pay back the karma. So Bhishma, he means sea of a terrible oath, referring to his lifelong celibacy, vow of celibacy. Originally named Devaratha, he became known as Bhishma after he took Bhishma Pratyagna, the fierce vow, the vow of lifelong celibacy and of service to whoever sat on the throne of his father. So Bhishma or Dayus gave up. He should have been the king because he's born to the king, but he said, no, my father's second wife, whoever the children are from there, they will become the kings. I will not be. So he made this huge sacrifice. And main reason also was that he wanted to burn up all this karma that he brought with him. He was a true Kshatriya as well as a disciplined ascetic, rare combination. Like a true Kshatriya, he never unnecessarily exhibited passion or anger. He was a symbol of truth and duty. So, he did his duty, why he was meant to be here. Bhishma's life was full of loneliness, frustration, grief, but that is how Vashishta's curse was supposed to unfold, because Bhishma's human birth was destined to be marked with suffering, and how his life transpired right till the last moment, even his death was painful. But Bhishma had this Ichha Mrityu. Ichha Mrityu means to die at the time of your choice. This is not about suicide, but to choose a time when you die. Due to his immense sacrifice, Bhishma got a boon from his father that he will die at the time of his own choosing. When Bhishma was fatally wounded in Mahabharata, he chose to die on Makar Sankranti. Makar Sankranti is the day when sun begins its northern journey annually as Uttar Ayana and is considered a very auspicious day to die. Bhishma waited 32 days so that he could die on this special day. Makar Sankranti is when sun moves into Capricorn around 13th to 14th of January. Actually, it's the first time after the shortest day of the sun, of the year, shortest day of the year when sun changes signs. That particular time is regarded like a doorway where the soul can find moksha. And for Bhishma, why he paid such a heavy price was because he did not want to have many lifetimes of struggle. He wanted all his negative karma to be fulfilled, to finished in one lifetime. So this is the photograph I took of Bhishma. It's from Kurukshetra. And here we see that Bhishma is lying on a bed of arrows. If you ever visit Kurukshetra, there's a lot of pictures of Bhishma. These are the 5 Pandavas. I only managed to get 4. And this is Lord Vishnu as Krishna. And so when he dies, he's dying. For 32 days, he survived because he wanted that he should pass on 14th of January when he would be free of his mortal body. And so this also this sort of sacrifice. Now, I have noticed that people with Dhanishta, not such dramatic sacrifice, but sometimes you notice that they are always making some big sacrifice in their life. I have my cousin who is Dhanishta, and always, you know, her life, she has always first sacrificed regarding her husband, then her children. So there's sort of that aspect that I notice very much, and doing the things in your own way. Symbol is the drum. So very often Dhanishta and the other symbol is the flute. So they are musical by nature. They can have a musical training, and they want to play divine music. And the symbol of the drum or flute implies it is beating to the rhythm of someone else. Others are to play their song through this drum. Both drum and flute are hollow within. This means emptiness within Dhanishta person unless he finds something to fill it with. So you see that there's an aspect that they need to allow the energy to flow through them. Yoni is the lion, so powerful characters. Remember, lion is the king of the jungle, so they are extremely powerful characters. And Mars is exalted, 28 degrees of Capricorn in Dhanishta Nakshatra. Because in order to make sacrifice, in order to fight your negativity, you know, Mars can do that very well. You know, he's a power personality. And ruler is Mars as well. So here Mars is giving the courage, confidence to face any obstacles that come due to karma. And most of us, we should not try to think all the karma has to be paid off in one lifetime. So that is an important factor to see. And it's divided equally in Capricorn and Aquarius. So here we have the chart of Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher is an actor, and he has something interesting. He's Taurus ascendant. His ascendant ruler Venus, Moon, and Sun. They're all 3 in Dhanishta. And he actually is he's an actor, but he's also very well known for being very wealthy. He is, but I think there's been some tragedy also in his life of loss and this thing, but you can't say a spiritual aspect for him. But here we see his son is Dhanishta Padavan. This is the Ashtamamsha. So maybe some aspect with his father, and moon is in Dhanishta Padatu, and Venus is also in Padatu. So Aesop has got, but I don't think he's in the class. I don't think he has been attending the class. Let me see. No. Then we come to Shatabhishak Nakshatra. And Shatabhishak, here again, you can see there's a crocodile here. And this is Varuna. And Shata means 100, Bhishak means demons. Abhishak also means healers. The nakshatra can be both demonic and godly. Shatabhishak highlights the good and evil, both sides of man. Shatabhishak are perpetually fighting with negative forces within, trying to control the inner demons so that they can aspire towards the divine. Shatabhishak is 6 degrees 40 to 20 Aquarius, ruled by Rahu. Sign ruler is Saturn. Deity is Varuna. Symbol is the 1,000-petal lotus. Animal is the horse. First dasha Rahu if moon is placed there. Shatabhishak Padas, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Aquarius Pada is Vargotama. Pisces is Pushkara. Now, if you have moon in Shatabhishak, this is where Saturn is just now by transit. So moon and Shatabhishak are dealing with the difficult Saturn transit at this moment. So the churning of oceans takes place in Shatabhishak. Here I have a picture of the ocean being churned. One side are the gods, one side are the demons. Devata is Varuna. Varuna rules the oceans, directs the sun and the wind. Has extraordinary powers to heal and rejuvenate through psychic herbs, medicine. He can save you from death and destruction. As the god of the oceans, he controls emotions and the mind, can bestow wisdom, change the direction of the mind. Symbol is a 1,000-petal lotus. This photograph I took from the Jupiter temple. We always offer, if available, we offer lotus to the gods. Here, this lotus is got not 1,000 petals, but the 1,000-petal lotus is very special. And the symbol 100 stars are said to represent the 1,000-petal lotus that indicates the crown chakra. The 100 stars show the deep connection of Shatabhishak with cosmos and the past karma. The stars are silent watchers of the play of life. The flowering of the 1,000-petal lotus indicates revealing the inner beauty, the unfurling of divine consciousness and the crown chakra. That doesn't come to everybody. It's sort of a progress, you could say, towards that. Yoni is the horse. We met horse in Aries, Ashwini Nakshatra. This is so horse is very independent. It's very cultured animal as well, very particular about what it likes, what it doesn't like. Ruler is Rahu. And Rahu can sometimes bring a lot of ambition and ideas, but also negative behavior that we have to learn in Shatabhishak to manage. Rashi is Kumbha, and Kumbha carries within it the Amrita, the nectar of immortality. And the pot itself is the ego. So at Shatabhishak, if you can break the ego, it can flow, all the nectar can flow to you. So here we have Prince the musician with Shatabhishak moon. And you see, Shatabhishak is the fight between the gods and the demons, between your good qualities and negative qualities. And sometimes the negative qualities can overtake you. And that is really what you have to be careful with Shatabhishak. And in Prince, he was a musician, very unusual personality, which is very common in Aquarius. But then by the time he died, then the negative forces, demonic forces, that he had drug addiction and those issues. So, one has to be careful because there's the gods are the positive qualities always fighting with the demons are negative qualities. And we are trying not to suppress the negative qualities, but manage them so that the goodness shines outside from us. And there we can see his moon is in Shatabhishak. So Jennifer, you have moon in Shatabhishak. And you see, right now, Saturn is transiting Shatabhishak Nakshatra. So all of you who have moon in Shatabhishak, this is quite a challenging time for you. I'll talk about transits a bit later on, but because Shatabhishak is where moon is, and if you look at the moon's position right now, Saturn is 10 degrees 34. And your moon is 8 degrees. That means Saturn is very close to your moon, and it's going to be there for about 2 months. Then he will come back again to it again. So this is a important time to practice restraint. And if some things are not working out, then you be patient. And sometimes, situations happen that we have to deal with. And Shatabhishak is a complicated time just now because of the Saturn transit. So it is important to take care. And then our other Shatabhishak is Serene, and Serene is 15 degrees. So actually Saturn has not reached 15 degrees as yet. So Saturn will reach 15 degrees Aquarius next year. So along with kind of understanding your moon, because Saturn is in Shatabhishak, then you are in the intense part of Saturn transit. And both Serene and Jennifer, you're both Cancer ascendant. So moon is your moon sign as well as the ruler of your ascendant. So it is important to think about, doing some remedy for Saturn, but also patience. And actually studying is a very good remedy because you're studying and you are working with the study. This is a very good remedy for you. So we have 3 more nakshatras to do. Purva Bhadrapada, and here the deity is Aja Ekapada. This is a 1-footed Shiva. You can see only 1 foot. And Purva Bhadra, now this is the last part of the twin nakshatras. Purva means first, Bhadra means beautiful, auspicious, blessed, gracious, happy. The blessings usually come from good deeds of past life, which are now being experienced as good luck. Good fortune means having good family, excellent relationships, wonderful children, a good life where knowledge and wisdom guide you to find your true beauty. This is not physical beauty, but loveliness of the good soul and spiritual inner being. Purva Bhadra, 20 degrees Aquarius to 3 degrees 20 Pisces. Ruled by Jupiter, sign ruler is Saturn, Jupiter, deity Aja Ekapada, symbol sword, animal is lion, and first dasha Jupiter if moon is here. Purva Bhadra Padas, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Taurus, Cancer are Pushkara. 9th cycle of development of the soul begins. This cycle ends in complete Sattva and Gandanta of rEvati and Ashwini. Devata is Aja Ekapada, ruling deity Aja Ekapada, the one-footed goat. Aja means unborn goat, Eka is one, and Pada is feet. Aja Ekapada is form of Rudra, closely linked to Shiva. He's connected to Surya and Agni, the holy fire. This photograph I got from Meenakshi temple of Aja Ekapada. Quite rare to find Aja Ekapada. Aja Ekapada relates to infinity, where there is no sound or motion, where there's stillness, outward stillness with creative energies bubbling underneath. It raises our spiritual aspirations in life. Rudra battled with demons in order to protect the gods and humans. So again, the demons here are our inner weaknesses. So as you are going into this very high vibration, there is a lot of inner weakness. Shivani, you're mute. Can you hear me? No, she's okay. She's not mute now. Shanti saying you're mute, so just check. I saw that you're not mute. Symbol is the sword. The symbol sword shows an instrument which can be used to attack as well as defend. The sword cuts through any restrictions. It exemplifies a fight for universal causes. The sword was used in many religious, spiritual causes as well as nefarious, wrong reasons. You see, Purva Bhadra is very powerful nakshatra. People have done immense cruelty with the power of the sword as well as defended the weak. The sword represents an instrument for furthering an ideal. The quality of the ideal is in the hand of the users, how they go about achieving the ideal. Now here in Purva Bhadra, the Devata is the lioness, very powerful personality. Sometimes you'll think Purva Bhadra, Aquarius, Pisces, if you don't know that they are men and women, they are power people here. The sword, the lioness. So this is a person that is not a weak person. Ruler is Jupiter. And Jupiter is Brihaspati, the advisor, guru of the gods, and knowledge is the key. Jupiter stands for expansion, happiness, higher knowledge. It represents positive fruits of past karma, which bring forth conditions in this life of affluence, comfort, and happiness. But you see that Jupiter also rules areas of life where he's guiding you to go into a different direction. Punavasu, Vishakha, and now here in Purva Bhadra. Rashi is Kumbha and Meena. So 3 padas are in Kumbha and 1 pada only in Meena. Meena pada is also Pushkara. Meena is Pisces. So this is a great sage, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. And what you see in his chart is his moon is in Purva Bhadra Nakshatra, but his ascendant, sun, Mercury, they're all in Shatabhishak. And here we can see ascendant, sun, Mercury in Shatabhishak, but moon is Purva Bhadra. It's important to study where all the grahas are. And he was the guru of Vivekananda, but in his own, I mean, he was a great guru, and lot of followers even today, they follow him, even though, you know, he's born 1863. So let us just look at Mohini. We can see here Purva Bhadra Nakshatra Moon Padawan, and it's Aquarius Purva Bhadra, and sun is in Shatabhishak. Now the thing about Purva Bhadra is that Saturn is coming there next year. So one has to be prepared for the Saturn transit. This year Saturn is in Shatabhishak, next year Saturn will transit Purva Bhadra. So Purva Bhadra, even the Uttara and this, that means that you are already thinking about being restrained, about careful of any choices that you are making, because that is important factor to deal with what is coming. And I'll talk separately about Saturn transits when we reach the transit stage of our class. Uttara Bhadra. Uttara Bhadra, Uttara means higher. Bhadra means many meanings, beautiful, auspicious, blessed, gracious, happy. You know, in the mantra I was doing, Bhadram Karane, you know, let my ears be Bhadram. Bhadra means auspicious. All aspects highlight positive qualities that Uttarashada are blessed with. The blessing comes from good deeds in past life, which now experienced as good luck. Their blessing on a higher and more subtle plane, the soul wants more than just the ordinary. Uttara Bhadra, 3 degrees 20 to 1640 Pisces, ruled by Saturn. Sign ruler is Jupiter. Deity is Uttara Bhudanya. Symbol is the twins. Animal is cow. First Dasha Saturn if moon is here. Uttara Bhadra Pada, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Virgo is Pushkara. Libra is Ashtamamsha. Ahir Bhudanya, there is no picture. I have not found as yet. Ahir Bhudanya is linked to Soma, the moon. It's associated with water and darkness. The passivity of darkness is the mysterious source from which all forms of creation have arisen. Ahir Bhudanya, the deep ocean snake, represents merging of consciousness into deep sea of eternity. Water snake needs to come to surface to breathe. Therefore, the soul of Uttara Bhadra cannot remain in water spirituality forever. They need periodically to connect with the real world. Ahir also means a cowherd. Ahi means a snake, a cow. This nakshatra straddles the opposite aspects of human nature. The snake represents poison, but can also show ability to deal with poisons, buried poisons in the mind of a human. Cow represents auspicious good nature, the need to care and nurture the world. Symbol is the twins. Uttara Bhadra represent duality in every form. It's one of the Bhadras. It has found light, so it must go to darkness. It is sattvic, therefore must embrace tamas. Twins reflect the splitting of the atom, the gravitational pull of the earth. All polarities make this nakshatra extremely complex and full of intuitive energies. Yoni is the cow. So cow here is, the wish-fulfilling cow. Sometimes Uttarabhadra always feel they have to fulfill everybody's wishes, everybody's desires, and linked to Kamdhenu cow. Krishna is the lord of the cows. So you see often people connecting to Lord Krishna. Mercury is debilitated in Uttarabhadra. 15 degrees of Pisces is Mercury's debilitation, and that is Uttarabhadra. And Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, very intuitive. If you think about computers, not now, but at the time that he started in the 70s, it was something so unusual, mystical. So that Uttarabhadra, mystical energy, that is very much part of who he is. And you can see here, moon in Uttarabhadra. And sage, moon in Uttarabhadra. Uttarabhadra is all in Pisces. So here we see Uttarabhadra moon, Pisces moon, very artistic, creative personality that is there. Your moon also is Ashtamamsha. So sometimes, there's a major change, transformation in your thinking. So last nakshatra now, final last nakshatra. So long journey in the nakshatras. So ruler is Shani and Rashi is all Meena in Uttarabhadra. Now we come to rEvati, and rEvati is the last nakshatra. And rEvati means abundant or wealthy. rEvati's wealth is connected to spiritual wealth and also to agricultural wealth, as crops were usually harvested at the time in when sun was in rEvati nakshatra, especially in South India, North India, where I come from. The time when sun is in rEvati, that is when all the crops are being harvested. So it's a very kind of wealthy time for people, for the farmers. rEvati is 1640 to 30 Pisces, ruled by Mercury. Sign is Jupiter, deity is Pushan, symbol is the fish, animal is elephant. First dasha Mercury, if moon is here. rEvati Pada, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Pisces is Vargotama. End of rEvati is Gandanta, 29 degrees 12 onwards. You see, these Gandanta positions, they are complicated positions. They are not necessarily that you're poor or you don't get that. There's something about that particular planet that is in Gandanta is you feel deprived about that quality in your life. And when you try to work through material means, it is not available. So one has to work with a spiritual sense. Devata is Pushan, and Pushan is connected to the divisions of the solar year, Varsha, into two parts or ayanas, Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Uttarayana, when sun enters the nakshatra of Uttarashada Capricorn around 15th January, this is considered the dawn of the year. Dakshinayana, when sun enters Punarvasu Cancer, 15th of July, this is considered the dusk. Pushan is connected to divisions of solar year. This is to die at dawn of new solar year is considered very auspicious, which we talked about in Dhanishta Nakshatra. As it is said to liberate the soul from the body, from its karma. You have to naturally die, you know, not that, okay, I'm going to die on that day because the soul will get liberated. It has to be a natural process. Pushan rules this auspicious time of death and rebirth of the sun. At the dawn of New Year, sun dies and is reborn. Its rulership, rEvati's connection to dawn between night and day, death and rebirth. rEvati represents the time of utter stillness that carries within it the promise of light and beginning of new dawn. Pushan guides both the living and the dead. He's the guardian of transition stages of man. Symbol is the fish. Vishnu came as fish god to save humanity and aid procreation. It is also the time when the 4 Vedas got abducted into the deep ocean by ocean Rakshasa Hargiva. Lord Vishnu saved them in form of Matsaya Avatara and brought these great books of wisdom back to humanity. So you can say that rEvati also can represent lost knowledge, but your ability to recover it with divine help. Fish can only live in water, therefore rEvati can only find true happiness when it immerses its soul with the ocean of spirituality. Symbol is the fish and Yoni is the elephant. So rEvati can be very greatly respected because the elephant nakshatra, you know, Bharani had elephant, now we have elephant here as well. Venus is exalted in rEvati, 27 degrees of Pisces, and Mercury rules rEvati. So here we see this is Mercury temple and this is Venus temple. I've got these pictures here. And Rashi is Meena. And the last bit of rEvati, Ashwini Gandanta, last 48 minutes of rEvati, first 48 minutes of Ashwini's Gandanta. This is the final ending of sign Nakshatra Navamsha Pada. All planets here give potential for pushing the soul on the next level of development. Planets, according to Karaka, can bring pain to your life, usually to enlighten you. This is different from other Gandantas. That is the ending of a major cycle, beginning of a new one. It will not bring extreme pain of ending of Scorpio, beginning of Sagittarius, but need to focus spiritually. And you're thinking about the next level of incarnation at the end of Pisces. And if you are at the beginning of Ashwini, you're thinking of some fresh energy, fresh aspect of approach. Here we have Bernie Sanders. He's an American politician. And you can see he's rEvati. rEvati is extremely idealistic. And Bernie Sanders has been fighting for the poor, for the, disaffected. I don't know, 40 years ago, he was still fighting the same causes. So he's very idealistic, very caring, and definitely wanting a better life for other people. And maybe, because rEvati is doing things that affect the next generation, and maybe all his efforts will have strength in the next life. So that is it for today. I'll just see your chart. There's an assignment. How is your moon nakshatra expresses itself? 200 words sent by Friday midnight to Keiko. You've been sending the assignments to her, so you know, otherwise those who are following Shivani, she'll tell you what to do. So just about what have you learned new about your moon nakshatra, how better you understand yourself. So let us see if we have somebody with rEvati here. Sorry, we are running a little bit late. Yeah, Shubha is rEvati here. Padawan, moon in rEvati. So if you're Revati, it's very important to understand that you are very idealistic, and life is not idealistic, you know. So sometimes Revati can feel disappointed. They feel the life doesn't live up to the expectation. But often the spirituality is important for Revati, because the fish only lives in water. So water is spiritual life. So any questions, comments? We finish nakshatras now. Om Tat Sat. Finally, yes. Any questions? Okay. I shall see you all next week. Thank you. Namaste.